Yeah. Drow. Come here. Yeah. I ain't your ordinary hustler. Keep it soundless till the goal achieved. Front runner for my team, I do this for my family. Woke up thinking about my daughter being stolen. Got a lawyer, ain't no help inside my corner. I'm gonna do it by my lonely.
Today I want to talk to y'all about why it's important. Man, I'm over here trying to mind my business. And you just coming over. Look. So I'm over here relaxing. I'm minding my business. And then I think about how there's so many people in life that have experienced a moment where they recognize that they need to set boundaries, twin. Like you have to set boundaries in your life. The reason I say it's important is because I've seen so many people, their kindness is what you would say, most people would say, some people call it light. Some people say your kindness taken advantage of. We gonna use light, but y'all get what I'm saying. But when you got something like that, when you're a good, genuine person or any of that type of aspect, you're gonna come across people that love to see that. You know, they've never experienced that in their own life. They've never had those things, and a lot of them tend to take advantage of it. And I'm not saying a lot. I'm gonna say there's a good amount of people in the world that will take advantage of it. And the reason why you have to set boundaries in today, especially the most, is because a lot of people are just hurt. A lot of people are and have been affected by their environment, to where when they come across something that has taken care of them or done them right or any of that, they don't want that to ever leave. They don't want that to go. They love the genuineness. They love the pure thoughts from this person. So you will come across people who will try and take that from you and or either try to make sure you don't go nowhere by gaslighting, by manipulating, by take advantage of when you do things, or when you do things that people ain't normally gonna do. And all of it can mentally completely drag you down. It can completely change who you are, especially a narcissist, especially people who manipulate you. It's the spirit in them, for real, honestly.
I'm talking to your spirit, and you know exactly what I'm talking about.
You want me to be 100? And what you have to learn how to do is tell people, hey, I know I normally do this, but I'm not doing this time. Or, hey, I can't continue to have this conversation with you talking to me like that. Those are boundaries. And a lot of people, they tend to be too afraid to speak up for themselves on that aspect. And that's one of the biggest things you have to do when setting boundaries. When you set boundaries, like, okay, I give you an example of people who would drain you. And those are people who constantly come to you with their drama. The reason they come to you with that drama is because of the fact that they need somebody to listen to them. Now, how many people have the time to pay attention and listen to those people vent? People talk about things, and then they never talk about what's going on in your life. So if they're constantly over and over and over just telling you the things that happen in their life or whatever, but they never go and speak and ask you about yourself, then most of the time that is someone that is using you for the fact that, hey, this person will listen to me and let me vent and give me good advice. Let me go ahead and keep these people around. But you got people that legit just, they lack empathy. So when you're telling them something that comes from a genuine place in your heart, and they look at you and they say, well, I need this done before that. There's no compromise, there's no caring, there's no effort to make the battle equal. You know, because at the end of the day, not everybody's gonna be happy. Two people do not have the same mindset just from the jump. You know, there's compromises, there's moments where there's never should be an ultimatum. But a compromise, something that y'all both can agree on, that's always cool. But the ultimatums always is a no-go. That's always been something that is used as a manipulation tactic. When you come across like any type of manipulation that you can spot from the jump, just know that person ain't got good intentions for you. That person's not for you. Just go ahead and walk away. Because why are you trying to manipulate me? Why are you trying to use what you know is something that I do against me? That's never a good thing. So you have that aspect that you have to watch out for. You have people that will plague you with negative, as in just you have a dream in your life. You have something you want to do, and they'll be like, man, that ain't gonna happen. Man, that's what you want to do? You really care for all that? And whole time, the only reason they doing that is because they don't have enough strength in themselves to go and jump out and do that for themselves. So naturally, they gonna hate on your idea. They gonna hate on what your thought process is on what you want to do. But in all reality, you can't allow people to dictate how you move. You know, of course you can take advice, which that's the whole, you know, you gotta learn how to balance things on if people are actually telling you something for you or if people are telling them something for themselves. That's also another aspect of boundaries for yourself, which boundaries is not just for other people. Boundaries is for you and for other people. You tell people, hey, I'm not gonna allow you to speak to me like this. I'm not gonna allow you to use what I do against me or the fact that I have these certain aspects about me, any of that. But then you also gotta set them on yourself, like, hey, I'm not about to allow myself to sit here. I'm not about to allow myself to be in this type of area, knowing that being around you is just gonna drain me. Just any of that. So there's a lot of people that grew up and didn't ever get to realize what they went through, and then they move out into the world and then they find out, dang, there's people I just have gravitating towards me. There's people that love to be around me and whatever. Whole time, those people like being around you because you have something inside of you that they are using. And you have to be able to spot that out to make sure that you're not a victim.
You're a victim.
Ain't nobody gonna save you from the victim mindset. And people just gonna look at you like, bro, for real? At the end of the day, you did let it happen. So setting boundaries is the key to making sure that you can't walk around with this victim mindset because you established something that you knew could have happened and you decided to go with it regardless. And obviously that's gonna come with experience. You know, obviously you're not gonna learn to set boundaries just off the jump. You're gonna go through things that will make you be like, dang, I didn't know that I was gonna get used like that. Or I didn't know. That's just life. But you don't let it stop you. You know, you don't let that change you. You just know how to handle those situations moving forward. But me, I've been lacking on my videos, you know, so I said, let me put something out today. Tomorrow I'm gonna make me a video about generational curses and then like a spiritual warfare one, a bunch of stuff. I just have a bunch of ideas that I can place and put out, but I don't actually do it because my mind is just, I got so many different things I could be doing for real. I really do. Yeah, just stay safe. This is a quick video for people. And hold it down.
P.O.P. Hold it down.